Welcome everybody to a look at a brand new Indicator release, and it is 1967's The Panther Women. So this is directed by Rene Cardona. Clocks in at 88 minutes long, and it stars Ariadna White Welter. I think that's how you say her name. She was in a Rage with Glenn Ford. And yeah, this is about the Panther women, who are a witch cult who resurrect their leader by sacrificing the descendants of the family which murdered him. As the cult seeks to kill the youngest descendant, they are taken on by fierce luchadores, Loretta Venus, and the Golden Ruby. So this is overall a better film than director Rene Cardona's future effort, The Batwoman, which has also been given a release by Indicator in the same kind of format, as it more successfully melds together the lucha libre aspect with a genre it wouldn't necessarily be associated with, which in this case is a horror genre, whereas with the Batwoman, that tries to meld like spy parody with the lucha libre aspect, lucha libre being Mexican wrestling. But in terms of horror, this does look and for the most part come across as a 1930s Universal horror film, thanks to its black and white cinematography and similar effective atmosphere. It is also predominantly well paced, the cinematography is on point, the cast is good, it is charming, has a solid amount of fun to it, the production is effective, and the score is decent. Now, granted, the Lucha Libre stuff doesn't really come across as all that exciting. There's a lot of the similar moves that are used over and over again on the opponents, and yeah, it's not particularly well edited to make it seem as exciting as it could be. So that's a little bit of a downbeat apart, but as goofy as this is, you mean in fact you've got a lucha libre wrestler in full mask with a cape, which just so happens to be fireproof and bulletproof, um, who stays in that mask the entire time. So it's a little bit goofy in parts, but it's all fun. It's all really rather quite entertaining, and it ultimately, like I said, works a little bit better than the Batwoman in terms of melding the two completely different, separate kind of aspects of either cinema or in terms of different kinds of forms of entertainment together. As a yeah, wrestling and film generally don't come across one another all that often. But still, this is a fantastic release by Indicator. I really rather like the box artwork that it's got going on. It's a nice solid box to it as well, so it's not gonna fall apart easily. And that's the rear as well. And yeah, we get the film in its own little case as well. So this is the kind of case that you usually get in the noir box sets that they do. So it's cardboard, but you get the original Mexican poster there. I'm sorry, my cat is currently shaking because she's cleaning. But yeah, regardless, yeah, you get the nice, you get the Mexican language poster there, or Spanish language poster even. And there's three of the cast members there. And yeah, not only is the disc printed, but you also get a little bit of a shot from the film on the back of it as well. So that's all nicely done. And in terms of extras on the disc, well, we have the likes of it's been given a 2K restoration from the original negative, and the film looks really rather great. No real sound issues either, so it's all been really nicely restored. You got original Spanish mono audio. You got audio commentary with the publisher of From Parts Unknown and screenwriter of Los Campanos de la Lucha Libre, Keith J. Rainville from 2024. You got Let Them Fight from 2024, which is a 15-minute short by the looks of it. No, a 15-minute interview. It's called The Killer Film, El Critico Mascarado, the masked critic, lucha libre specialist, and filmmaker behind the Monterrey female wrestlers documentary Le Femenil, discusses the protagonists of the film, the Cine de Lucharadas, and the controversial history of Mexican female wrestling. Then you got Catfight, also from 2024, which clocks in at 24 minutes long. And that's got academic and Latin American horror specialist Valeria Villegas Lindville, also known as Marina de Fuego, who examines the struggle for empowerment and the subversive representation of the female characters in the film. We've also got the original theatrical trailer, image gallery, which has promotional and publicity material, new and improved English subtitles, and also got an 80-page booklet as well, which again is really, really nicely done. So we've had Mexican horror before from Indicator. They did La Llorona. They also did The Phantom of the Monastery. We also had the Mexican box set, which is right there, Mexico Macabre. So they've put out a lot of Mexican films before, but it's nice to see that they're also going into, you know, going into this melding of genres together. Obviously, they have released these kind of Mexican wrestling films before. They've done the oh, Santos films, I think they're called. I never got into them because, yeah, I've just never seen them or heard of them before. But still, this booklet looks pretty cool. We've got a shot of the leader of the Panther women in his desecrated form, which is again what really does set this up to be like looking like a Universal horror film. And in the contents, we've got cast and crew. Then we've got the Panther Women and the Resurgence of Mexican Popular Cinema by Ian Robert Smith from 2024. Wrestling for Their Lives by Yanina Mobius from 2015. Female Roles and Representations in Mexican Wrestling Films by Ricardo Cardenas Perez from 2017. An interview with Guillermo Calderon by Viviana Garcia Besney and Alistair Tremps from 2019. And then About the Restoration. So About the Restoration, but we'll quickly look through some of the booklet. So we've got shots from the film. So minor spoilers, but not big ones. Film does take a little while to get going, by the way. There's a wrestling scene and then there's a quite a prolonged dance scene. But once it gets past all of that, yeah, the film does kick into high gear. And there's a poster as well. And yeah, About the Restoration. Oh, well, wait, we've got another poster here. What's this? It's a film called The Power of Desire from 1955. Not sure what that has to do with this film. Maybe someone is in that was in this, or someone who's directed it is part of it. But regardless, yeah, any booklet that gets me into other films is always a good thing. Here's the wrestler called Angel, so that's him with his mask that he wears the entire time of the film, and that's his cape, which, like I said, is fireproof and bulletproof, which, believe it or not, comes in handy. About the restoration, so it's restored in 2K by Permanecia Voluntaria and Cinema Preservation Alliance from the original camera negatives. The film's mono audio was remastered from the original optical soundtrack. So, yeah, they've definitely put work into this, as per usual, when it comes to indicator releases that are more limited edition like this one. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that the indicator is seemingly running with the baton of looking at Mexican films. Doesn't really seem to be the case for any other of the boutique labels, to be honest. Although you can say that Arrow Video at least gave Brazilian films a big shot with their what was it called again? The Coffin Joe box set, which had 10 films in it. And then obviously, we've had all sorts of different films from other countries, Italy and France from other labels. But yeah, it's really cool that Indicator seems to be going down the Mexican route. And for the most part, they've been really successful at it. To be honest, I've not hated any reel of the films that I've seen so far from Mexico that they have released and that I have in particular bought. So yeah, this gets 3.5 stars out of 5 from me. Like I said, if you're not into Universal horror films from the 30s or 40s, and you don't really have much of a tolerance for kind of goofy, kind of ridiculous aspects that can be into a film, then this might not be right up your alley. But for me, I found this to be really entertaining overall. Nonetheless, so thank you for watching. If you have seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.